con that loves me the most.
Yeah!
7 years and still going strong, but I still have games you haven't seen before here, and this is one of them. Because for the first time that I can remember, we have a large quantity of guests who are all keen to be on one of my games. So let's thank them for that. Hello, stars!
To be fair, I didn't know about this until yesterday.
Well, that's okay. This is the third time you've done this one, yeah?
Second.
Second time you did it.
But I don't have a sandwich this time.
You were at Techo. Now, Kyle, this is the second time for you as well for this one.
Aye, sir. I love Greggo's game shows. I can't wait to do it again.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
Scottish now.
I'm Scottish for no reason.
For no reason whatsoever.
Better that way.
At least one of your questions, we're going to have fun with one of your newer roles too, so that will be good. So yes, and we look. And I know it's a role that you really enjoy doing, so we'll have some fun with that.
Excellent.
Matt, good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks, Greggo.
I'm glad to say that I have finally visited your fair country. I got to do Anime Revolution this year. I got to see lovely Vancouver and
Beautiful.
yeah, absolutely. I had a great time there.
Was it raining?
No.
Surprise!
Yeah. And it was right after the temperature. We'd had that long hot spell.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
it went down like the day I arrived. So it was great.
Nice,
I
yeah.
loved it. So
It's beautiful.
yes, absolutely. And Keith, thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having me. It's my first time here, but I've dreamt of this all my life.
Well, I hope not, because once this theme song gets stuck in your head, it never gets out.
You know, I actually wrote that theme song, and I'm very proud of that. So.
Actually, I know for a fact that Alan Thicke wrote that theme song. So.
Well, I did change my name a few years
Okay,
back.
well, there you go. Well, welcome to the game. We've got two contestants here who are going to play the game. Let's introduce them. We'll start with Zen. Hi, Zen.
Hi.
I'm going to hand you. I'm going to hold the microphone over to you.
Hi.
Where are you from? What do you do?
I'm from China and I'm not doing anything right now.
Well, you're being on a game show, hoping to win fabulous prizes, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, there you are. Best of luck. And you're a little nervous. That's okay. This is a very easy game, so we'll explain soon. And hello, Brad.
Brian.
Brian.
Yes.
Well, that's okay. I blame the West Virginia accent on that one. So, where are you from? What you do?
I'm from West Virginia, the southern part of it. I'm an EMT.
Oh, well, a very important service. Thank you very much for that.
No problem.
All right, best of luck to both of our players today. Here's how to play the game. The object of the game is to solve a puzzle that's hidden on these 6 screens that you guys see here. Now, the way the puzzle works, they're all anime video game fandom related, and they could look like this, where we have one word in each of ours, now and then, here and there, the name of an anime. Or it could look something like this, where we break it up a little bit, Sword Art Online, where it's all that. Or it could be something as simple as one letter in each. So we have cat, bus. It could look anything like that. The contestants do not know how many words are in each of these puzzles, but the home audience watching on YouTube, you guys will know right away. Now here's how you get to see these puzzles. Kyle, I'm going to demonstrate with you, all right? So,
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Kyle Hebert's bottom.
What?
And here is Kyle Hebert's middle and Kyle Hebert's top. Our contestants will be calling out the stars they want, and the celebrity that is attached to that column will then get a question. They will give you an answer. Your job is to agree or disagree with the answer that they give. What you eventually want to do is surround a box with stars, just like that. Once you do, you'll get, if you get a question right, you'll see a piece of the puzzle that's hiding behind that. Solve the puzzle correctly, and you will win the game. It takes 2 games to win a match, a prize that you will love, and a chance to go on to our Blitz Bonanza for a shot at 10,000 yen in prizes. So
I'd like to solve the puzzle. Is it octopus lasagna?
It is not.
Although that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Now, contestants, I caution you, if you are ever incorrect, rather go with a question, either with a question or with a puzzle guess, you will lose control. So don't guess on the puzzle until you're absolutely certain what it is. All right? YouTube audience, I'm going to show you how many words are in our first puzzle. And I'm going to give the contestants 4 free stars. And there you go. We tossed a coin before the start of the show, and Zen, you got control. So what you want to do is give me a celebrity and whether you want their top, their middle, or their bottom star.
Kyle Hebert.
Kyle Hebert.
I have a middle.
All All right, Kyle Hebert in the middle. All right, so Kyle, you get the very first question of the day. As soon as my tablet boots up again. Remember, stars, you have two choices in front of you. Feel free to say whatever you want, but just make sure that you end up on one of those two choices. So here we go. Kyle, how you doing, sir?
Excellent.
Excellent. You ready for your question? My tablet's not.
I was born ready.
All right, so we're going to start with who is probably your most famous recent character, of course, Ryu from Street Fighter. So
Awesome.
got you your first Disney credit and all that. So.
Hadouken!
We're going to go for the very first Street Fighter, though.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know Ryu's been in absolutely every single one of them. So.
But I've only been in it since 4.
Right. So the very first Street Fighter video game was released in North America on what home console? The very first Street Fighter game. On what console?
That takes me back. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say Sega Genesis.
It says the first Street Fighter game was on Genesis. Do you agree or disagree? You agree? Well, no, it was on the TurboGrafx CD, actually.
Whoa.
They called it Fighting Street, but it was the first Street Fighter with a rename. So,
Oh, I remember that.
yeah,
It wasn't like they were fighting side by side.
they were. But yeah, and you played as Ryu, and player 2 played as Ken. So, and the control was terrible. You lose control for that, Zen. We now go over to Brian, pick a star.
Keith Spock.
Oh, want Keith on the bottom. All right, well, there you go. All right. Keith Silverstein, how you doing, sir?
Fantastic and great.
All right.
Wonderful.
You, before we actually got started here, you asked that I reference one particular thing that you were involved with, and we're going to start right off with that. You voiced Lupin III in the most recent theatrical release, Chico's Gravestone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
So that movie was a continuation of the 2012 anime series, The Woman Called Fujiko Mine. Speaking of Fujiko, as Lupin loves to do, her name, Fujiko Mine, Monkey Punch deliberately named her Fujiko Mine specifically because of what?
Well, I know the answer. It might be a little risque for some of the children, but she was named for her breasts.
Oh, all right. Says she was named for her breasts. Disagree. No, that's actually correct. So, this is how. So Fujiko, basically take Mount Fuji. And Mine means summit in Japanese. So the summit of Mount Fuji, and there you go. So,
I hope we're building some trust now.
all right, Zen, back over to you. Pretty good opportunities here. Pick a star.
Matthew Bonham.
Matthew at the bottom, all right. So our very first clue for this and our very first time speaking to Matt Erickson. Hello, sir. Hey. All right. So I told you the first question was going to confuse everybody in the audience and you. I like to do anagrams. All right. So here's an anagram for you. Hurt a curly, zany chimera. Hurt a curly, zany chimera. All right. So that is an anagram of the full name of a character who interacted quite a bit with the character that you have played. Which character of yours is that the anagram of a full character's name?
One more time, please.
Okay, so Hurt a Curly Zany Chimera is an anagram of the name of a character who interacted with a character of yours very much in a role that you played. Which character of yours interacted with a character that has that as an anagram of their name?
Oh, okay. I'm going to say Jinto.
From Crest of the Star
And Banner of the Stars.
Mm-hmm. So Jinto, agree or disagree for the clue? You gonna believe me?
I'll believe you.
Yeah, that's the right answer. So here we go. So it's Ekuria, or however you say your name, Ekuria, or whatever. That's
Ekuria.
Okay. So her full name, Ekriak Ulam Tilser Nar, is the full name. The anagram for that is Hurt a Curly Zany Chimera.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
All right, here's your clue. Would you like to take a guess? Remember, if you're wrong, you lose control. We can continue if you don't.
I'll pass.
Okay, so you get to continue on. Pick a star.
Keith Meadow.
Keith in the middle. And another clue, if you are correct. Back to Keith Silverstein with this question. How do we follow up that first one? Well, we do it like this. We're going to go to one of your Disney roles now.
Okay.
You played Captain, and I hope I get this right, Captain Gantu?
I think that's correct.
Yep.
Is that the answer?
Captain
No.
Gantu.
Yes.
In Disney's Stitch. A role.
Where are they? The other 625 experiments.
They were very well done. Of course, that role in the original movie, Kevin Michael Richardson, another very famous, talented, amazing actor. Speaking of the original film, in its early production stages, the film wasn't originally going to take place in Hawaii. Where was its original setting supposed to be?
A lot of people don't know this, but its original setting was actually supposed to take place in New Mexico.
In New Mexico.
New
What do you
Mexico.
think? Agree or disagree?
I agree.
It would make sense because of Roswell, but actually Kansas. It was originally supposed to take place in Kansas, believe it or not.
They don't tell me these things. They just put a script in front of me.
Can't give that to you. Can't give that to you, Brian. You have to earn it. So we go back to another Keith Silverstein question. I love this one. In Gundam Unicorn, you have the distinction of voicing the character with likely the most unfortunate name in anime history. Full Frontal.
Why? What do you mean? I don't. What? Will someone explain this to me?
In the anime,
Do the Google search.
Well, when a boy and a girl love each other very much.
Yeah. See, everyone stops there. I'm never gonna find this out.
It has something to do with a man from Nantucket.
Look, I learned the very first time I Googled full frontal, you have to type in Gundam full frontal. You have to type in Gundam.
So speaking of characters with unfortunate names,
Yes.
in the anime series Baccano, there is a character who also has a fairly unfortunate first name. What is it?
I believe that first name is Urinal.
Urinal, fourth clue.
I have to agree.
No, jacuzzi. Jacuzzi slot.
That is where they ran out of name ideas. Jacuzzi splot, that is something you drink on a Saturday night when you're already drunk.
You know what? That was my bad. I always confuse those two things. So none of you want a hot tub with me, is what I'm saying.
Back to another Keith Silverstein question. So you are Usagi's father in Sailor Moon Crystal. A role portrayed in Japan by Mitsuaki Madono. Like you, he has also worked on Bleach. Which character did he voice in Bleach?
Hit me one more time with that.
So you were Usagi's father in Sailor Moon Crystal.
Yes, okay, we're on Sailor
The
Moon.
Japanese actor for Usagi's father, his name is Mitsuaki Madono.
Okay, gotcha.
And he's also been on Bleach as which character?
Ooh. Take a shot in the dark on this one. Judging by the voice type, I would say Aizen.
All right, Aizen for the clue.
I agree.
No, it was Cone.
You know what? That was my second guess.
I hope so. Back to another Keith Silverstein question.
I'm gonna keep getting these wrong.
You're not the one getting them wrong.
Am I losing points? Am I losing anything here? Yeah, all you gotta do is agree or disagree. That's on you.
So Transformers fans will know you as the voice of Blastoff in a couple of games, Fall of Cybertron, Rise of the Dark Spark. In the original Transformers cartoon, the actor who played Blastoff, the original actor who played Blastoff over here, would go on to play the main enemy in an expansion for a really popular computer game. What game did Blastoff's original voice actor play?
Okay. I think it was Warcraft 2.
All right, for the clue.
I disagree.
It was Diablo 2, and there you go. So we finally get the clue. There you go. Would you like to take a guess? All right, pick a star.
Charles Mill.
Charles in the middle. All right, first time for Charles Dunbar. Here is your question. So, this is pretty much the campus of Marshall University. Their nickname is the Thundering Herd. Their mascot is a bison or buffalo. Where will you definitely find buffaloes in Japan?
Ooh, that is a tough one, because I didn't see any. Oh, that is a tough question. I'm going to venture a guess, and I'm going to say in Okinawa, because that's like 80% American now. And we like to import stuff everywhere, but we don't like letting people import it into our country. I tried to import a giant centipede, did not go well. I'm going to say in Okinawa.
That's where you'll definitely find buffaloes, according to Charles. I disagree. No, you'll definitely find them in Osaka, because the Osaka Dome is one of the places where the Oryx Buffaloes baseball team play. So you'll definitely find buffaloes in Osaka. Haha. Yeah. Anyway, you get to continue. Pick star.
Charles's bottom.
All right, to complete the bottom part. And here we go.
My girlfriend's not going to like this.
All right, so I understand that you and I both enjoy a certain animated show involving colorful ponies.
Yeah, we kind of do.
Yeah. So, did you see the 100th episode?
No, I haven't seen anything past season 4, unfortunately.
Well, the 100th episode was kind of a show just for the fans. Basically, every minor character pretty much got a callback in this episode. So thanks to the 100th episode, what is Derpy Who's official name? What is Derpy's official name?
Oh God, they keep changing it. Part of me would like to think that Hasbro's going to be nice and just keep it as Derpy Hooves. Because, come on, Derpy Hooves, are you going to change it like they did with Dr. Hooves? I'm going to say Derpy Hooves.
I'm saying that her official name is Derpy Who's. For the clue.
I agree.
Nope, her official name now is Muffins.
Because Hasbro hates everybody.
Back to another Charles Dunbar question and Zen for the clue. Here we go. What is the name of the band who performs the opening to the Yokai, and see what I did there?
Yeah.
Yokai Watch anime, which we just got, started airing this past week here over here. I know Todd Habercorn does, I think the main character in that. Yokai Watch anime. What's the name of the band who performs the opening?
I want to say King Cream Soda.
King Cream Soda is the name of the band for the clue.
I disagree.
That's the name of the band, yes, King Cream Soda. That is the actual name of the band. They've had it's very popular in Japan. They've had 8 opening songs now, and all of them.
Okay, for the record, Yokai Watch is literally everywhere.
Yeah.
I have found it hawking every product you can think of, including female feminine aids. Just saying, Yokai Watch is everywhere.
Yep, and now it's over here too. All right, back to Brian and another Charles Dunbar question. You were interested in this one.
Yes, I really am.
Who owned, and we're talking about the dog, the Akita, the breed of dog, Japanese breed. Who owned the first Akita in the United States?
Oh, so that's why I have these 2 answers in front of me. You know what? The first, I want to say Helen Keller. I really do.
Helen Keller owned the first Akita.
I disagree.
Helen Keller owned the first Akita in the United States.
But did she know it?
Oh, that's too soon. Oh, that's too soon.
I'm sorry, was that too soon? We're still a little shaken up about Helen.
Back to Zen, back to another Charles Dunbar question. According to a recent Nico News survey, what fast food chain in Japan is the most popular?
Simply based on what I've seen, McDonald's. They are literally everywhere.
For the clue, Zen.
I agree.
Moss Burger.
I never saw a Moss Burger ever.
McDonald's is number 2.
I have never seen a Moss Burger. But there was a McDonald's. There were more McDonald's than Starbucks. I ate 4 of them.
And you live to tell the tale?
Their burgers are better. You can get a chicken teriyaki burger. You can get a shrimp burger. You can get a chicken burger with actual chicken.
Is it like, do they make the shrimp into a patty?
Yes, they make the shrimp into a patty, fry it, and give it to you with tartar sauce.
Oh.
It was amazing.
For the record, Matt, I have high ratings for Canadian McDonald's as well. I enjoy it.
McDonald's anywhere that isn't here.
They have poutine at Canadian Wendy's, for God's sake.
They have, did you have they've got lobster in McDonald's in the East Coast, huh?
I was in Vancouver, so I didn't see it yet, but yeah. But
They have spam burgers in Hawaii too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't try one, but they're
So,
there.
we have pretty much hit my last question, haven't we?
No, there's one more at the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, all right. So back over to Brian. Charles, there are 2 anime conventions named Anime Fest. One is in Dallas, Texas.
I've heard of that one.
Where's the other?
It's got to be over in Europe somewhere. I want to say in Germany.
In Germany, for the clue.
I disagree.
In the Czech Republic.
Woo!
We're through, and you get to see the bottom line. Here is your clue. Audience, don't say anything. Would you like to take a guess?
Not yet.
Not yet. Pick a star.
Kyle at the top.
Kyle Hebert at the top. And another clue. We haven't heard from you in a while, Kyle. How are you doing over there?
I'm A-okay, sir.
All right. So, as we started the show, I told you that one of your newer voices that I'm guessing you love to do very much. So, if you go to any toy store these days, or any video game store, you can see that an entire aisle is now devoted to these video games with the little miniatures, Skylanders and Lego and Disney Infinity. So, if your IMDb is to be believed, you are the voice of one of the figures in the Marvel superheroes, J. Jonah Jameson.
That's right. Parker, what's going on?
Wow, that's really good.
So, if you get the J. Jonah Jameson figure, you'll get to hear Kyle Hebert. So, speaking of J. Jonah Jameson, in Marvel continuity,
Yes.
what has he had more of? Wives or heart attacks?
He's kind of a high-strung guy, you know? It's just me imitating J.K. Simmons. Let's face it, I'm cheaper than J.K. Simmons.
You're better than J.K. Simmons.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's good. But yes, Marvel, keep hiring me. Anyway, I've had a lot of wives and heart attacks, but what have I had more of? I'll say wives. Who's going to put up with this guy? Really, seriously.
He says he's had more wives for the clue.
I agree.
He's had 2 wives. He's had 3 heart attacks.
Gotta cut back on the sodium.
Back to another Kyle question for the clues then. Kyle, which is larger? A 20-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola that you can get in any checkout stand in North America, pretty much. Well, in the United States, anyway. Or a giant ramen.
Ooh, that's a good question. Even more so, can I find a 20-ounce Coke with my name on it?
Not so much these days. They've kind of gone generic.
Have they? Okay, all right. Because I go into Target or I go into other places, I've seen every name imaginable, even some obscure ones. Never Kyle. If you find a Kyle, let me know. Tweet me at Kyle later. Anyway, giant ramen. I'm gonna say ramen.
So a giant ramen is larger than a 20-ounce Coke for the clue.
I disagree.
Obviously a 20-ounce Coke is 20 ounces. A giant ramen is only 13.8 ounces. You were right to disagree. Well done. Here is your clue. Would you like to take a guess? What do we have there? All right, so stand us up 1-0. We have a commercial we've got to get to. We'll be right back for more All-Star Blitz right after this. We are back. Believe it or not, we are in the middle of a match here, even though we've had enough questions to go through about 2 matches, I think. Zen is up 1-0. That means that, Brian, you've got to get this in order to stay in the game. You can go first. But first and foremost, let's show the home audience how many words are in this puzzle. And 4 free stars. And there you go, Brian, pick a star.
That's good.
Matt in the middle.
Right on.
All right, back to you, sir. Your second question reads like this. There are 361 different ones of these. 361 different whats?
361. I'm going to say varieties of Pocky.
361 different varieties of poppy. What do you think?
I have to disagree.
Not quite all, but close. No, there are 361 different intersections on a Go board. And since you played a character and you cut it on Go, I think you're
Oh, yeah, of course. I should know.
Well, that's okay. You can continue, pick star.
Kyle.
Kyle in the middle, and our first clue for this next game. And Kyle, hello again, sir. All right, so we are going back to another role that you have voiced. We're talking about Big the Cat in Sonic Colors, Sonic So you voiced Big the Cat, but who has an enemy named Fat Cat?
Oh man, it's definitely the Disney realm. I'm gonna say Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. What do you think for the clue?
I agree.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Yep, that was Fat Cat.
That was on afterwards, right?
Pretty four.
It's all part of the same afternoon.
All right.
All right, another Kyle question for the clue and Zen.
Okay.
What do you call a group of pandas? What do you call, what's the collective noun for a group of pandas?
I'm gonna say a committee.
A committee for the clue. An embarrassment. An embarrassment of pandas. That's actually what you call it.
How is that different than a committee?
That's true. Here's your clue. Would you like to take a guess?
No.
All right, pick a star.
Charles Bottom.
Charles at the bottom. Now, Charles, we've exhausted your question supply. So these questions are either going to be true, false, yes, no, or this one. Who lived longer in Japan, men or women?
I want to go with the law of universal averages and say women.
Women live longer. Yeah, women 87 is the, and it's the first that they live longer than anyone else in the world. Women live to 87, men to 80. You are correct to agree. Here is your clue. Would you like to take a guess for the match?
Edward Elmer.
You got it. So congratulations, Zen. You have won this game 2-0, and that means that in a moment you're going to be playing the Blitz Bonanza, and you've won a prize. We've got to say goodbye to Brian. Thank you so much. Let's give it up for Brian. Brian, he wants to shake your hand and be sportsmanlike. So there you go. All right, Zen, turn around and take a look at our board, and I will show you the prize that you have won. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to you, Zen. You have won from Sugar Ridge Creations, which you can find at sugar-ridge.net. You can choose from an assortment of candies and fudges, and coming soon, they will have heat-themed treats from Star Wars, Star Trek, Greggo, and Dr. Who. You get a $30 gift certificate at Sugar Ridge Creations, which means it's prize. That's a value of $3,500 yen, and so how do you feel about that? You like sweet things, right?
Yes.
Well, would it be sweet for you to win another 10,000 yen in prizes?
Yes.
We're going to find out if he's going to do that right after this. Stay tuned. Thank you. I am here with Zen, our big winner, and he is now going to play the Blitz Bonanza. But before he does that, I'm going to give a quick shout out. We have a gentleman in our audience by the name of Zach Toothman. this guy right here is one of the many patrons that I have on my Patreon, helping me out a great deal, ensuring that I can continue to do these game shows. If you ever want to support, patreon.com/Greggo's Game Shows is a way to do that. So, enough of the plug, now let's win you some things. We've already won some candy. We're now going to give you a shot at 10,000 yen in prizes. Among those prizes, you are going to get, if you win, a 6-month subscription to Crunchyroll. You'll get one of the giant plushies that I have in my bag of goodies that was donated by another very generous family in the audience there. And I also have, from our friends at Art Parties, this one. Yeah, this one right here. And can we kill all of the stage lights? Because this thing glows in the dark. There you go. You can see that there. Yep. There you go. All right, we can get them back up now. Cthulhu, what is this? Don't settle for the lesser of two evils. There you are. Now, if you don't like this shirt, you can take it to their booth in the vendor room and exchange it for any size, any style. They have tons of very fun things. So there you go. That is what we are playing for here. Now, here's how it works. We have hidden another puzzle behind our game board, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you. There are 4 words in this puzzle. All right, there are 4 words. I'm going to give you 4 spins. I'm going to start this randomizer, and whenever you feel like we're going to hit that key right there, and it's going to stop, and hopefully it will give you a good clue. All right, let's see what the piece of the puzzle is there. Oh, that's very helpful. All right, you get 3 more spins. Oh, that is a wasted spin because it landed on one you've already revealed. 2 more spins. Okay, that's good. Let's see what is there. All right, and 1 more spin. Come on, top left. No, but this might do it. Now, audience, if you know this, keep it to yourself and don't say anything yet because the stars are going to play along with you. Let's see what is there. All right, now, that's what we have revealed. Now, in the main game, you won some great stuff from Sugar Ridge. You can give that back to me right now for another spin if you think it will help you. Do you want to do that? Okay, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to think about it. The stars are going to play along. If you have any idea with what this is, remember it's 4 words. Here's your time. All right, Zen, for 10,000 yen in prizes, 4 words, what do we have?
Yep.
So there you go. Congratulations. 13,500 yen in prizes for Zen with some lucky spins and some help from our stars. You have won some things. Did anyone know that just off? Oh, you knew it. But you didn't write it down. So.
What's the point?
Because you knew he knew it.
Yeah, I knew he knew it.
So congratulations to you, sir. We'll get you paid off right after the show. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back to wrap this up right after this. Stay tuned. We're back. This is kind of a lopsided video. We had the really long game number 1, and then we just kind of blitzed all the way to the end here. I guess that's why we call this All-Star Blitz. I would like to thank our celebrities very much for their time here on the show. Keith, Matt, your first time on one of my games. Did you enjoy yourselves?
Yes,
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good
What'd
time.
you do?
Did we win anything?
Well, not yet, but when I get that sweet, sweet YouTube money, I promise you, you'll get at least 17 cents.
That's good enough for me. Sounds great.
We could just mug Zen on the way out.
Before we go, we've got a couple of minutes. We didn't get to very many of Matt's questions, and I'd like to go over a couple of them that were very interesting. I spent the time to write these. We'll go to your third question. This is your Gundam time question. Gundam time. Okay, so of course, Gundam Seed Destiny. You played. Hello, Shin. Yes, thank you very much. According to myanimelist.net, there are exactly 27 different anime that contain a character named what?
27?
Exactly 27 different anime.
It's a very common name. Any Ray?
Believe it or not, there are 27 Stellas.
Stella's?
Yeah, including the one that, spoiler alert. Yeah. And this is important to people who are subscribing to Crunchyroll, one of my great sponsors. Your fourth question, which series you played a role in was recently added to Crunchyroll's online streaming catalog?
Oh, I bet that's Nana, is it?
No, it's Ceres. What? Ceres? Yeah, you can now watch all of Ceres online on Crunchyroll.
It took me forever to find all that. I had to buy it myself, you know.
Okay. And now you can watch it all on Crunchyroll anytime you want. So there you go. Again, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Keith. And thank you, Kyle. And thank you, Charles, for being on the All-Star Blitz. Audience, tomorrow I got Pokemon Game Show, and I hope to see you there for that. Someone's excited about that already. Until next time, this is Greggo from